Hey, it's almost basketball season. The Bulls have Media Day coming up September 26th. We've played one round of NFL games, and we're almost ready to start hoops. So we're looking forward to that. Stacey getting back to work with his partner Adam Amin on all the preseason broadcasts. That's right around the corner, Stace. Yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to think about that right now. He's still in summertime mode, right?
How's that
I'm
travel
excited.
schedule?
I'm excited about the season, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just it's gone. Summer went by too
Vacation
fast.
always goes by too
It
quickly.
went by too fast. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited about this season. I can't wait. You can see it in my face.
This is episode 98 of Gimme the Hot Sauce. Stacey, we're counting them down to 100.
98.
We're almost there.
See, you know what, Mark? America. You didn't think we had it in us, did you? You didn't think we were going to make it past 15 shows. Ha. But I want to send a shout out to all our loyal listeners because
absolutely.
You guys are the foundation to our success here. We would not have been able to do 98 shows and get into 100 without you guys. You've been with us every step of the way. We appreciate it. We got nothing but love for you, and we continue to grow because of you guys. So shout out to all the people who are subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Get your ass over to YouTube, hit like, subscribe, and be part of the family. Okay.
Absolutely. Get notified when a brand new episode is coming out. We're doing a live show on Twitch TV, so you want to make sure that you check that out, the Gimme the Hot Sauce podcast. You can watch this show being recorded live every Thursday. Of course, once the season starts, we're going to have to work around Stacey's broadcast schedule, so we'll be a little bit more flexible. And Stacey, the amazing thing, we made it to episode 98. Tim's always trying to poison us. He's bringing like rat poison in and putting it in our drinks and stuff.
You know what?
He's trying to take over the show.
America.
It's a slow process.
America. That's why you don't see me drinking any more of his beer.
Yeah.
Okay. After having my apple cider spiked a couple of times, and I don't know what it was spiked, I brought my own drink today. As you can see right here.
I didn't lie. I told you they were urine samples.
This is a Gimme the Hot Sauce shaker here, America. It's got vodka in it right now. And
How can the folks get one of those, Stacey?
I don't know how the hell they can go up there. I mean, every man for himself. No, seriously, I was watching Shark Tank and the Gronk brothers. They came on and put a presentation. The Gronk brothers. I think they have invented this thing. It's called the ice shaker. And as you can see, America. Can we get this on screen? Can we get a close up?
Yeah, like Gronk needs more money.
Okay. I don't care about Gronk, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a nice little thing to take to the gym. America.
Yeah, it is nice.
Okay, you put your little name on it. You get your little name on it. Stacey King right there. You can
How's
see
it fit in your cup holder?
Don't worry about that. And then you can put your little logo on the back. Give me the hot sauce. Oh, is that the camera over there? Y'all got to talk to me. I'm over here looking at 18 cameras. Okay, see, do you see it right there? Can you see it, America? Can you see it? That's all you're going to see right now, America. And America, the cool thing about it is there's two features.
Oh, we got the Zoom function working. Hey,
look,
boy.
okay. So you can drink it, or you can suck it like Tim likes to do.
Oh, my goodness.
And you can suck it. It has a straw in it.
Yes.
It's awesome. Tim likes to suck. You like to suck.
Hey, let's move on to some basketball talk. The Eurobasket Championships almost about to be decided. My team from Poland, they finally ran out of gas.
It's cold blue.
Yeah. Oh, Stacey's having problems over there.
I need some help.
There have been some.
Man down.
Are we still getting this microphone?
Is there any technical people here?
I think it's unplugged. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Whispers.
Come on over here, D. This is D right here. This is our engineer. We pay him with Doritos. There you go. Come over here.
Hey, I can hear you.
It was tacos.
What's in the back?
Wow.
Look at D. Look at D getting some airtime.
That's just your headphones. Your microphone's still working.
All right, where's it at, D? There we go.
Hey, congrats on your new contract with Honduras, D.
Here. Okay,
I don't know how we got to 98 episodes with all this going on.
I want everybody to see D right here, okay? He looks like Super Mario, but this is our guy right here. He's the engineer. He's the guy behind the scenes. All right, you can go back now. You're done.
Yeah.
Get out of here, okay?
Now playing for Honduras.
So but he came here, America. We've had he has a Honduras shirt on. I didn't even notice that. We had a little technical difficulties.
Stacey's back and stronger than ever.
My mic was out, but D came over here. D is our engineer back there. He's the guy that makes the music go and the sounds. We got so many important people
He
here.
still hasn't figured out how to pour us a beer yet, though.
Well, we don't need him to do that. He's too young. He's only 17. We got a sweatshop going here. We got a bunch of minors back here. We might get in trouble. I think somebody might come in and say, "Hey, how old are these people working for you guys?"
Yeah, we don't want any of that. That's
we don't want
that's not a good thing. Hey, but Slovenia got knocked out in Eurobasket with Goran Dragic and Luka Doncic. Everyone thought they might make a run for the championship, but they got taken out.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. They got beat by Poland.
Yeah, with zero NBA players.
Well, sometimes you don't need NBA players when you're playing the European basketball. You just get a bunch of guys that play well together, and Poland was playing well together. They moved the ball. They shot the ball well. They defended. They played physical. Their big guys really played well. I was really surprised that Slovenia lost. I thought they were going to get to the finals because I thought they had really been the most consistent team, in that tournament. The Greek Freak got knocked out.
Got thrown out of the last game. You got a little frustrated, a little forearm shiver there.
That was uncharacteristic out of him.
Very American.
Wow.
He's become Americanized after all the time here.
I mean, but
the mean streets of Milwaukee.
But that Germany team's no joke. Okay, I mean, they got beat by a really good Germany team. There's a lot of pros on that team. You got Franz Wagner, who I kept trying to tell people get on me on Twitter when I talk about how good this kid is. They're like, you're always riding Franz Wagner nuts, or you're always doing. I'm like, man, the kid can play. We could have easily had Franz
Could have been
Wagner.
a bowl,
Been a bowl. The kid is a very good player. Luka gets all the attention because he deservedly. He's a great player. But this kid in a few years is going to be like Luka 1A. He's going to be like, 1B. He's going to be that type of player.
Just a bad name, though.
I like it. This kind of reminds me of with Die Hard. Franz. Yeah. Remember that?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
You're done, man. You're done. I'm done.
Okay.
Christopher Walken.
So it looks like France is the favorite now in Eurobasket. They've got Rudy Gobert, and I think they've got 7 NBA players. So they're kind of the consensus to win Eurobasket.
Oh, man. I don't know about that. I think Germany is going to win. Yeah, I think Germany's going to win, man. You got Schroeder. You got Franz Wagner. You got the other Wagner.
Is Dirk playing?
No, they got to unthaw him. He's in a block of ice.
Yeah, the old one-legged fadeaway might be a little stiff.
Nah, he might be on that. He might be on that Ted Williams situation. They got him in the cryo. He's in the cryo room. Like he's just like
the suspended head of Dirk Nowitzki.
Exactly.
Oh
exactly.
My goodness.
But France is good, though, Mark. France is good. They got a lot of pros on that team. But I just think Germany is going to be the one that wins that. They play good team ball. They move the basketball well. They shoot the ball really, really well from the three-point line. They've got big guys that can not only shoot the ball, but can put the ball on the floor from the three-point line and get to the rim in 2 dribbles. So it'll be interesting.
How about Danny Ainge going scorched earth on the Utah Jazz? He did a press conference basically talking about the Donovan Mitchell trade, and he said, which has got to be the worst thing you can say to a group of athletes is they didn't believe in each other, so I blew it up. I mean, he'd only been there for like 6 months. It's not like he's got 6 years of history, and Donovan Mitchell at his news conference in Cleveland kind of called him out saying, this guy has only been here half a year. How does he know what's going on?
Well, Danny Ainge is a well-respected, front office guy. Mm-hmm. And, obviously he made that decision. And we all seen this before, Mark. It's like at some point that team has outlasted where it's going. It's not going to go any higher than what it is. Okay. Unless you go out and get some people. I don't know if they really want to spend money. And then you also had the situation, the dynamic between Rudy Gobert and then Donovan Mitchell. They did not get along ever since the COVID incident when,
that was pretty ugly.
And that carried over. Yeah. And they just were never on the same page. That was, Utah's always been that team that they're going to be right in the middle of the pack. They don't have enough talent to win the title, but they got enough talent to get to the second round. And so now they're restarting. And so they're gonna rebuild. Lauri Markkanen's on that team, and he's had a great summer with Finland this year. You're gonna get Colin Sexton's gonna be there. He's
good scorer,
young guard that has a lot to prove.
And the rookie Ochai
Agbaji. So they've got some really. Look at the picks. This is where the NBA is going now. You're trading established players to get draft picks. And then look at Taylor Horton-Tucker, Stanley Johnson. You got a lot of good young players there. But the most important thing for Utah, they got all those draft picks. And they're just like Oklahoma City. They got so many picks, but we don't know who those picks are going to be. That's the only thing about it. Are they lottery protected? If they are, then was it really worth it?
Well, Danny Ainge was able to fleece the Brooklyn Nets in that trade years ago for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. But the thing that Bulls fans will always remember about Danny Ainge, He went from the 1992 Trailblazers to the 1993 Phoenix Suns, and he got stomped on twice by the champion Bulls.
That's what happens when you play against the Chicago Bulls, Mark. You should know these things. You can't just switch teams in one year and think you're going to win a title.
He was older than dirt, that Phoenix team, man.
Yeah, he was close to that Ted Williams cryogenics. He was close.
Yeah, a lot of change in the NBA. And Donovan Mitchell did an interview yesterday on ESPN. He said that he was really close to becoming a member of the New York Knicks. He grew up in the New York area. He wanted to be a Knick, and they couldn't get that worked out. But he said it may be a blessing in disguise because the Cleveland Cavaliers, as we've talked about on past shows now, they've got a really solid young core.
Well, he had an opportunity to play with Darius Garland this summer in the Miami Summer League. They played on the same team, and I think they became pretty close, and they've probably been friends outside of that because they're both young players. My biggest concern, and I said this last week with this trade, on paper it looks excellent compared to what they already have. They didn't have to give up Mobley to get him. You still got Jared Allen, so you didn't have to give up any of your key pieces. You give up Sexton, who was injured last year, Lowry Markkanen, who they had playing at the small forward position.
He was out of position.
He was out of position, and you got rid of him, but you're picking up a dynamic two guard that can, get you buckets, can score at will. The problem is going to be is how the two of the guards, Darius Garland, who's an all-star in his second year, how are they going to coexist as one unit? Because when you got two ball-dominant guards, now Darius Garland is a true point guard. He is a pass-first point guard. That's one of the things I really enjoyed watching him play. I played with his dad. His dad was a teammate of mine. So he's been around the NBA game ever since he was able to walk. So, and we've had him on the show. He's been on the show. Very, very good kid, mannerable, understands the game, only wants to win. Only concerned about winning. So, if he's really, he's really that way, his attitude is going to be whatever it takes for this team to win, I'm going to do. If it means get him the ball and let him do his thing, and then I take over in the quarters, they're going to do that. But that's going to be interesting dynamic because at the end of the day, Mobley is the man.
Yeah, he's going to be great.
Regardless of whatever else is around, that kid is the guy. I still think I think he'll be better this year in year two, but I think year 3, year 4, he's going to be a dominant player.
And as we mentioned, this is episode 98. If you go to YouTube and check out Gimme the Hot Sauce, you can see our entire past library. You can check out the episode with Darius Garland, who had a great visit with us. Carlos Correa, who may be coming to the Cubs next year. We talked to him about that. So check out some of the past episodes, especially some of the ones with Stacey's former teammates. I see Scott Williams is talking about he might have to have knee surgery. You heard him.
I got to call Tank.
Yeah.
Tiny Avenger. I got to call him.
That's a classic story, too. Check out the Scott Williams episode. That's
Tiny Avenger. I wonder if the Tiny Avenger will be there to massage his knee.
To help him back to health.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, listen, I got to call Tank. That's my guy. He's writing a book. He's writing a book. He's writing a book right now, so we're gonna have him. Yeah, we gotta have Tank back on. Gonna have him back on the show, and he's gonna promote his book. I just talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and I brought up the Tiny Avenger. But America, we've had some great guests. I mean, I special shout out for Eric. I mean, we've had skateboarders on, UFC fighters. I mean, we've had a plethora of guests that come on. Dr. Wendy Belair, we had her on. I mean, we've had a different person all the time, and we try to keep it where it's not always sports. Like today, we had Ryan Held. Ryan Held's going to be on as the Olympic swimmer, and people are saying, "Well, what do they know about swimming?" Okay,
isn't that a sport?
Wow. Okay. See, this is why guests don't want to come on here.
We're going to throw you in Lake Geneva and make you swim to the other side.
You know what? When Ryan comes on here, I'm going to ask him how we can make Tim a better swimmer because, when Tim jumps in the water, it's like a rock. And I mean like Rocky Balboa. If you saw that movie when they had him trying to get faster, Apollo Creed tried to get him faster, and, he's swimming like this. This is how he swims. You can't win, Rock. That's all you heard. Burgess Meredith in the background. You can't win, Rock. Just like whispers. Just like whispers.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Who was a good swimmer? Our good buddy, Jeff Vukovic. When it comes to insurance for your auto, home, and business, make sure you contact the king of insurance. That's our friend, nationwide agent Jeff Vukovic. You know where to reach him. You can find him at jeffvuk.com. That's jeffvuk.com. His home office is in beautiful Park Ridge, Illinois.
Park Ridge.
And Stacey, you're going to be singing this on a regular basis coming up very soon.
Americus, it's about that time.
Grab that.
Nationwide is on your side. Woo! Thank you, America. Thank you.
Very nicely done. Stacey King getting ready for the start of the season.
He's supposed to be a backup singer.
No,
he's supposed to be a backup.
You made me sweat again.
Okay, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about you sweating.
No, it's so smooth.
TMI, brother. TMI.
Hey, the WNBA season could be coming to an end tonight. Game 3 of the WNBA Finals. Unfortunately, the Chicago Sky were knocked out at home in Game 5, so it's the Las Vegas Aces against the Connecticut Sun, and Las Vegas is up 2-0, and so far, Stacey, they look like the dominant team in that series. They could close it out tonight.
Man, I don't think they're going to close it out. I think the Sun has proven throughout the playoffs that they can come back. I think the biggest problem right now is the Sun had such an advantage over the Sky as far as points in the paint, and they just seemed bigger, and their guards were faster. They just don't have that advantage against the Aces. I mean, Kelsey Plum, the little guard, she finally decided to come to the party after the center cursed her out before the game.
Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson told her, you got to, bring yourself to the party. But they play defense. They shoot the basketball. They play up-tempo. They can play any style. Becky Hammonds, I'm telling you right now, man, America.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay. She may be the first female NBA coach.
I think she will.
Before it's over. I'm telling you right now, America. Remember I told you this. Don't be saying, asking Stacey what he's smoking, puff, puff, pass. She's that good of a coach. She was that. I guarantee if she would have stayed on Pop's staff another couple of years, I think he would have saw it. It's going to take a team to think outside the box. Mm-hmm. You got to, you got to think outside the box. You can't look at her as being a woman basketball coach. You have to look at her as being a basketball coach. She's one of the most decorated players, women's players we've had ever. Okay, she's proven that she can coach the men's games. Popovich has done a great job with her as far as giving her the responsibilities of being one of his top assistants. She coaches the summer league. She has a great feel for the game, and she was a point guard. And point guards really make good coaches because they are able to, break things down, make things easier for players to understand. And she was well respected in San Antonio by all the players.
Did I see something on social media that you and Allie Quigley did an appearance?
Oh, yeah. Me and Quigs. Yeah, that's my girl. She's not only is she a great shooter. We went to we had to do some with LegalZoom. My guy Eric, he just opened up a restaurant. They do an initiative for like small business owners trying to get their businesses started. So he was awarded a certain amount of money to get his business started. He was working in one of those spec kitchens where it's not a restaurant part, but he just they rent a kitchen space. And it was pretty cool because I walk in this building and it's like there's nothing in this building. And then you go upstairs and then there's all these different people are working in these stations. There's somebody over here baking, somebody over here cooking, this. Everybody's different. No one works together. Everybody's doing their own thing. And then they take their food out and they go cater it and they go down. So now he's opened up a restaurant. This has been a big dream of his. And he's opened up a restaurant. And I told him I'm coming. But we did this thing with LegalZoom, which was a lot of fun. We got to taste some of his food.
That's
Cuban.
great.
It's Cuban food. So, plantains. He made this great plantain sandwich, dude. There was no bread at all. And it was fried, deep fried plantains. And he made a sandwich out of it, like a Cuban, like those Cuban sandwiches. Oh, Mark. I felt like Guy Fieri. That's what I felt like. I was literally, if you watch the video, I'm literally over there just eating this thing. I'm critiquing as we're going along, and I go, I'm a professional. You know how Guy does it. Guys oh, I can taste the flavor. It's bursting out. I was doing all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to get him to cater for the hot sauce crew one of these days.
Yes. You know what? Great. He will do it. He will do it. I don't think we'll have a sponsor for him though, because this show has really lost a lot of sponsors, and if he's seen how we do our sponsors, he's not going to want to join us.
Hey, the Bears are 1-0. Big win over the San Francisco 49ers. It was a monsoon in the second half, but they got 3 touchdowns, came from behind to win that game 19-10. I thought that Justin Fields showed a lot of mental toughness. They were shut out in the first half. It was raining like crazy, and he came back and led 3 touchdown drives. Khalil Herbert scored. They had the long pass to Dante Pettis, and that's a great win to beat San Francisco, who was in the NFC Championship game last year.
Well, America, Bears Nation, I was a little concerned in the first half. I even tweeted out. I'm like, I put an APB out on all the receivers. Has anyone seen a Bears receiver here in the first half? Because I didn't see any of them. Yeah. There was no passes, and it was raining. I know it's tough to pass in that weather, but it's football. You play whatever the conditions. This is Chicago. You're gonna get rain. You're gonna get snow. Very seldom do you get a pretty day. Okay. That first half was really, really like the ball wasn't moving. I felt like the defense was on the field too much, and they did a great job of really neutralizing the 49ers because that game could have got ugly. I mean, it could have got ugly, and I even made the tweet that I thought that by the fourth quarter, that defense is going to be tired the way they were playing. Something happened in the second half. I think what happened was that, it's like the old Scooby-Doo, when you take off the mask, and they catch the guy. So I think Mark Trestman, he was coaching the first half, and they took off the mask, and they found it was him, and then they made the change and brought the real coach, and then the second half was like a totally different team.
Yeah, and Deebo Samuel, who was running through him in the first half, didn't get the ball much in the second half.
I'll tell you what, man,
strong guy
for a wide receiver that run. I mean, we had Cordell Patterson here like that when he was in Chicago. Cordell Patterson had a big game, I think, for Atlanta the other night. We had that type of running wide receiver, and we let it go. Now you're starting to see that these guys now they're looking for those Deebo Sanders type of guys that can run between the tackles. You can put them in so many different positions. He's deadly, man. And when they get Kittle back. George Kittle, if you listen to me, Brittle Kittle. Okay,
destroying.
You're destroying my fantasy right now. Okay, so you got to get back, bro. You got to get back because I can't afford. I lost by like 3 points. And had I had him,
I did too.
You
3
did too?
points, exactly 3.
Yeah, I lost by 3 freaking points because I got the Minnesota tight end. What the hell? I don't even remember his name because he didn't even score. Like, you can score in a fantasy game, just walk out on the field.
I saw a guy lost by 0.8 of a point because the Denver kicker missed a 64-yard field goal. He lost a point.
And I guarantee that guy was probably waiting outside the kicker's car, was ready to attack him like a creep.
Nathaniel Hackett, what are you doing?
Because those people fantasy take that serious.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You mess up, boy. Woo.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, the Broncos should have won that game. That was Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. They fumbled on the goal line, and then they, for some unmistakable reason, 64-yard field goal, 4th and 5. Let Russell Wilson get the first down.
Okay,
how can we both want to know?
Hold up. Oh, Francisco. Who threw Francisco under the bus again?
Was that me?
Okay, it's all on Francisco? Francisco's been drinking, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to throw that out there. Okay, he's a recovering alcoholic.
Again, we are not contributing to the delinquency of anybody.
No.
Well, I know what you're doing, Francisco. It was the results and the prediction on the same screen. I get it.
Yeah, and if his parents are listening, he's not really drinking. I don't want you to beat him when he comes home. Oh, so anyway,
he's only 12. He's only 12.
So
child labor laws.
So okay, you're paying Russell Simmons. I mean, not Russell Simmons. Russell.
You're paying him too. That'd be Richard Simmons.
He might have played better.
Yeah, you see, y'all got me on track now. So Russell Wilson, you're paying him $240 million, something like that. Okay. You let all the clock run down. There was like 30-something seconds where you could have. It was 4th and 5, which was a makeable play.
Hey, we got to the 46. That was our mark.
Yeah. So now you're sitting there and everybody's waiting. Like, okay, call the timeout. Did you see Peyton Manning?
Yeah, he's like,
call the timeout. He forgot he was on TV.
Yeah,
he was over there yelling timeout.
His blood pressure was up. Yeah.
So you got a $240 million quarterback. You don't let him do it. I mean, you don't let him put you in position to win the game. Maybe move the ball up, 8 yards on a pass, because that was a makeable first down. Okay. So then the guy's like 1 of 8 from 60-something yards. I think. I don't know what his rate. I think it was like one of 6 or something. And you put that kid out there to make. I mean, he had it was long enough. It was just
and they weren't in Denver either, where the ball travels farther. They were in Seattle.
It just didn't make any sense.
No, it was stupid.
And now what you've done is like, okay, Russell Wilson's going to say the right things, but deep down he probably said, I'm going to slap this dude upside the head. Like
he says, where's Sean Payton's phone number? We got to get coaching here.
And people were saying that.
I know.
Like he was on the hot seat after the first
one game.
I was like, wow, the Hackett was on. I mean, he's one game. He's on the hot seat.
If they finish in last place, which they might in the AFC West, I think Nathaniel Hackett will be a one and done, and Sean Payton will be coaching the Broncos.
Somebody's going to be coaching the Broncos because you can't make mistakes like that. I mean, that was a big game because it was against Seattle. It was Russell Wilson's, basically going up against his old team.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of emotion in that game, and so to be able to put your team in position to win that game, and then it's a 4th and 5 situation, and then your coach says, "Oh, let's throw our kicker out there." He's been sitting on the bench for like an hour.
And then you see that stat on return quarterbacks when they win.
What is it?
It was 100% Russell Wilson.
Put that one on the coach.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all of them won their games.
Hey, Green Bay looked bad on Sunday against the Vikings. What kind of predictions you got for Sunday Night Football this week? Bears at Lambeau Field.
I feel the Bears are going to smack the Packers. Mean Gene. I'm going to tell you right now, America, this is the Bears' chance. The Packers look horrible.
They were bad. Both sides of the ball.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers can say whatever you want. When you don't have repetition with these young receivers, you heard Tom Brady talk about it in the Dallas game. I had to get back to training camp. I had to work on my receivers. He had a lot of new receivers down the ground. He's got Julio Jones. He's got some really good players. But, Green Bay has a lot of green receivers.
2 rookies.
Okay, 2 rookies. The dude who had the wide open touchdown and dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah, Christian Watson. First play from scrimmage.
Let me tell you something.
Wide open. Though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Basket.
Let me tell you something. If I was him, I would have just, instead of running back to the
kept on running like Bo Jackson.
I would have just ran right out of the tunnel and got in my car and went home. Because Aaron Rodgers was going to
Never looked at him again.
Never looked at him again. Never tried to throw it to him again. But I'm going to tell you, Bears, this is your chance. This is the Bears Nation.
Yeah,
this is an opportunity right now for the Bears to win this game. This team is not, the Green Bay Packers are not the same Green Bay now. Can they get better by the end of the year? I think they will, because when you have a great quarterback like that, he'll figure it out. But right now, the way they look, Minnesota looked like, they look like the best team in the division.
Yeah, I was covering Bears practice the last couple of days, and I talked to Darnell Mooney today, and I said, you see Justin Jefferson running free last week? I said, that could be you on Sunday night. And his eyes kind of lit up and going, yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing.
Listen, I don't know about all that. All I know is, I need Moody to step up. I didn't see him in the first half against the 49ers.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be the go-to receiver. And in the second half, I didn't really see a lot of him. So they need to either get him the ball or Justin Fields needs to, target him a little bit more. But what I saw out of Justin Jefferson, he has now become Kirk Cousins' favorite receiver. And he gets open. I don't care who's guarding. I mean, they were double, triple team.
Yeah, he was wide open.
They were shading with the safety, the linebacker. I mean, there one time he had 4 people in a shell on him. He still was wide open.
You got to get him on your fantasy team.
He was gone in the first round.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Yeah, but you know what I got, though? Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he was nice.
I'm America.
Raiders lost, but he put up good numbers.
Let me tell you something. My fantasy team is really, really good. I got Patrick Mahomes who's playing tonight as my quarterback. Yeah, I got a squad. The problem was...
It's got to get Brittle Kittle.
The problem is Brittle Kittle. He killed me. Him not showing up. I lost by 3 freaking points because my tight end... I don't know who... Hey, America, look up who the tight end for Minnesota is and give me his name. D, can y'all find that for me? I'm going to kill his ass because he didn't give me... Who? Irv Smith. That's who it was. I knew a name like Irv. I knew I couldn't count on him. Irv.
That's just bad drafting.
That's the thing. No, it's not bad drafting.
Why would you take him?
No, because you don't take a tight end early in the draft.
Yeah.
When you're doing a draft, Mark, obviously you don't play fantasy.
No.
So you don't know about this. That's why I'm the GM of the year. That's why I won 10 championships.
I wouldn't have taken no Irv Smith Jr. I'll tell you that much.
Shut your mouth, Mark. Shut your mouth. I don't need to hear you talk this trash to me right now. So, America, if you know anything about fantasy, okay, you don't take a tight end early.
There's fantasy.
There's many tight ends. So you got to.
I thought it was Kelley.
But wait a minute, hold up.
Kyle Rudolph.
Before you talk trash, okay, I got Brittle Kittle. Okay,
Yeah.
So he was my draft pick at the tight end
Yeah, he'll
spot,
be back.
and I got him in the 7th round. I had to pick up Irv off the scrap heap.
Right.
But let me tell you what I did to Irv. I cut his ass as soon as the game was over. I went and got O.J. Howard from the Texans, who put up monster numbers. It's going to be a red zone guy. He may take Brittle Kittle's spot.
Hey, speaking of red zone, how about Christopher Walken telling us about the hot sauce? How to get that original red.
Oh,
Come on, Chris. You got a beer. You got one beer down. Let's go.
I need another one. D, help me out. Trying to score the best hot sauce in the game? Well, listen up, because we have a variety of flavors that will bring some spice into your life. That's right. As Chris says, give me the hot sauce. Has the best small batch organic hot sauce. Whether it's Chicago-style red or the garlic twist. I won't throw punch you. I'll just crawl on over there and get my alien arms around your neck and choke you out. Fan favorite San Pates Verde. Sweet
Man
King's
down.
Q.
We're going to break. We'll fix it in a break.
I got it. I'm back, America.
I planned that. I did that on purpose.
Oh, my God. This guy.
Stop by GimmeTheHotSauce.com and use code KING21 to get 21% off your first order, not your second.
And your guy, Tim Kelley, will personally pack every
He'll pack it.
every order, right?
Yeah, that's right. I give him nothing to do it, but he takes care of everybody. It's nice.
I got something for Christopher Walken. What did the hand say to the face? Smack. That's
Keep your mouth shut.
Smack you, boy.
It's not the first hole I've dug.
What?
That's right.
Dug some holes? What are you talking about?
That's right.
Freak? This is a children's show, man. You can't talk about
King
that
of
kind
New
of stuff.
York. King of New York.
Oh, my God. I'm tired of this guy.
I think it's time for a break. We're going to talk something a little bit different coming up. Olympic swimmer Ryan Held, our special guest, is episode 98. And Give Me the Hot Sauce rolls on. Episode 98 of Give Me the Hot Sauce rolls on. Now it's time to introduce our special guest for this week, Olympic gold medalist Ryan Held, who's representing the Bulls colors. You're from Springfield, downstate. Is that a Joakim Noah? I saw the 13 when we were getting set up.
Yeah, Joakim Noah jersey.
Joakim Noah is beloved by Bulls fans, and you took your fandom all the way overseas for the Olympics. So we saw you with the Ryan Arcidiacono jersey that you sported during one of the heats. What was your motivation in all that?
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me on the show. This is such a big honor. I was so excited to be on the show and, just have the little grace with the Chicago Bulls. This was awesome. So that actually wasn't the Olympics. That was a swim meet in Knoxville. And I don't know. I was just kind of thinking about it. I was like, I don't understand why like swimmers don't represent other people. Because, when like football players, basketball players, they come into the arena, sometimes they're sporting other jerseys and of other players. And I just think that's so cool. They're just supporting each other. And I was like, I'm just going to do it for swimming. And my favorite player at the time was Ryan Arcidiacono. So I had his jersey, decided to wear it. And USA Swimming is like a media deal with NBC Sports, who also has, the Chicago Bulls. So 2 and 2 together, I just got pretty popular on Twitter for a night with the Chicago Bulls fans.
Talk a little bit about your experience in the Olympics. I know growing up as a kid, I always wanted to be in the Olympics as a basketball player, and got really close. Got to the final cut for the '88 Olympics. The last group, the last college kids that went to the Olympics. I was 14 out of the last 12, so my dream was crushed. But tell us a little bit about how you felt representing the United States and winning your gold medal, and did you always dream about that as a kid?
Oh yeah, I mean it was better than any dream that ever could have come true. I think every little swimmer out there dreams of having their last name with the United States flag on their cap, just representing their country. There's no bigger honor than swimming for the United States and representing your country on the international stage. So just a little experience about me going into Olympics. So first off, to make the Olympics team, you have to go to Olympic trials held every 4 years, the same schedule as the Olympics. And honestly, I really wasn't even pegged to make the finals, maybe make semifinals. I was pretty low in the depth charts per se of the fastest sprinters, but I had a great meet, made semifinals, and honestly, my goal was just to swim in finals. I have a night swim. That would be such an honor for kind of this kid that really didn't have a whole lot of accolades to his name at the time. Then swam semifinals, swam the time that put me second overall, went into finals, finished third overall. I got put on the relay. And so then it was like, holy cow, dream accomplished. I get to swim this, and this was my first international team. So to go all the way up to the top of the Olympics, the first team was quite a feat. And then so I was going to be on the relay, but then there's another swimmer called Michael Phelps.
Oh, him, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
There was this always kind of understood rule, like no matter what, even though Michael didn't swim the 100 free, he was going to be on the 400 freestyle relay because he was there in '08 for like arguably the greatest relay of all time, where they came back and beat the French. And then he was there in 2012 where they had a disappointing loss to the French. And so now he's coming back in 2016 for vengeance. He wanted this one bad. So typically it's like they take 6 swimmers. The bottom 4 will swim the morning relay, and then the top 2 of those bottom 4 will swim with the top 2 to make the final relay. But instead of Michael, it's now just going to be the bottom 1, or the top 1 of the bottom 4 gets to join the top 3. So we swam the race, and it actually we swam the prelims, and it turned out I was actually the second fastest. But I was just turned 21 at the time. And another swimmer named Anthony Irvin, who was like 32 or 33 at the time, he actually outsplit me by like 0.1, 0.2 or something. But I was a little disappointed because like, dang, I was so close, could have been on the night relay, but I want the best swimmer there could possibly be to swim on the night relay. So we go through media, we come down, we're warming down, and I'm warming down. We're taking lactate levels in our ear. And so after, maybe 10 minutes, I'm feeling really good, feeling pretty fresh, ready to go again. And Anthony, who's 34, is cramping. He can't move. He's like rigor mortis, cannot super stiff. And the coaches are like, oh, okay, maybe another 10 minutes, let him warm down. And then my lactate levels were, I was chilling on a couch. I could get up and swim again right now. And Anthony was still sky high. So the coaches had a meeting and they pulled me out of the water and they said, Ryan, we've looked at your ACC results, your NCAA results. We know you can at least repeat swims from morning to night. Your lactate's clearing really well. Anthony's is still struggling. So congratulations, Ryan. You're going to represent your country tonight.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, what? Like,
wow.
I need to shave. I need to eat. I need to, rest. I need to rehydrate. I need to get my compression gear on. And so I called my coach right afterwards, and because he was down there in Rio with me. He wasn't on the team, but he was down there watching as a fan. And I was like, yo, Todd, I made it. I'm in. And he was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm in the village too. Where are you? I was like, no, I'm in the night relay tonight. And he's like, what? Like a few explicitives. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, let's go. Like he was so psyched. And then that whole day was like looking forward to the swim, looking forward to the night relay. And, the time comes, we're in the ready room. It's me, Michael Phelps, Nathan Adrian, Caleb Dressel, and we're in the ready room and like guys are like beating their chest. Cause like the famous clip of the boxer, making fun of Michael. And it's like just stuff like that, mind games in there. And, I was still feeling pretty calm though. Like, wasn't so bad. So teams are starting to get announced. They're exiting the ready room. We were behind Brazil. So Brazil, the home country, they get let out, the doors open, the smoke goes out. And because they're the home crowd, the place is just going like bonkers. It's super loud, ridiculous. And then that's when it was like, okay, maybe this is a little bit more than an average college dual meet, and then we go out, we hold hands, and it honestly looked like a Sammy Sosa, like McGuire home run. When you see those like still photos and like every single person has a flash going off. Because, I was with Michael Phelps, this could be one of his last races. So like 16,000 camera flashes just went off all at once. And that's when it was like, oh my God, I'm in the Olympics representing the United States. Like 212 million Americans are depending on me to win this gold medal. And like, 60 million people are watching me live do this. And that's when I couldn't even unzip my jacket. My hands were shaking so bad. And Michael was like, hey, man, just breathe, calm down. We're going to do this. And Caleb does his thing, has a great start. Michael has like arguably one of the best flip turns in Olympic swimming history. Gets past the French guy, comes into me, and like I'm shaking so bad on the blocks that like I just feel like I just have no idea what I'm thinking. He comes in, touches, I go in, and seriously, as soon as I hit the water, just like silence. It's just what I've done for 21 years of my life, just swimming, or just like the race mechanics and strategy just instantly kick in, and it's autopilot. And then it's about, so I'm like 8 kicks, break out, breathe every 4, 35, build, flip, kick out, 6 kicks to come back. And then I'm 75 meters in, 25 meters out. And all of a sudden, it's like, that's when the pain really just skyrockets in the body. The lactate just
Oh, wow.
burns everything. And I saw the French guy to the right of me, and I was like, I'm human, you're human. There's no way you're enduring more pain than me, because I am not losing this race. I have so much pride, so much everything. I want this race more than you do. Held off the guy because he had the French guy had one of the fastest splits in the field of the meet, but held him off, maintained the lead for Nathan. And Nathan Adrian is like one of the kind of like the godfather of American sprinting. He is super reliable. If he's anchoring, like, he's going to get the job done. So he dives in. And sorry if I'm talking too long.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
This is amazing.
He dives in. And in the Olympics, these big international meets, you don't just touch the wall and like climb out right there. You actually have to swim to the outside of the pool, climb out of like lane 0 and 9. So I was like full body acidosis, like could not move, because I just seriously gave 110% right there on that swim. I was in like, people give like a 6th gear. I was in like 9th gear that last 10 meters. It was rough.
Wow.
But I climbed out, and I'm like trying to stand up and walk, and I have this like pounding headache, quads are on fire, like bent over. And by the time I look back at the pool, Nathan's probably like, he just flipped. He's still got the lead. He's still going strong. And I walk over to behind the blocks, and Caleb and Michael have had like a few minutes to recover because they swam 1st and 2nd. So they've got a little bit more energy, and they're like, behind the blocks, kind of pumping their fists, flexing. And I'm like so lightheaded. I can't concentrate, can't think about what I'm doing, because I feel like on the verge of nausea this whole time. And Nathan comes in, he's like 15 meters out, still ahead. And that's kind of finally when I have like this, like, kind of put my fist in the air, pump it. Yeah, we're going to win. And I'm like immediately like light started caving in, like almost blacking out, had to put my head down on the block. And of course, that's like the photo that got used, is I'm like basically dying on the block, and Nate and Michael and Caleb and are like flexing, and they're all jacked and ripped behind the block. And like, if you don't know, in swimming, if you're the 4th person and you anchor the relay and you win, like no matter what, you're not tired. You're jacked. So you're like pumping and you're full of energy. So Nathan, who, just won the gold medal, he's all fired up and flexing too. And so all 3 of these guys are just like going crazy, and I'm just dead in the background. And I really feel like I really blew my shot to get public, but I redeemed myself on the podium with my famous pictures of me crying.
What did you tell the guy who had to drop out? I mean, that had to be an awful moment for him, a chance to be celebrated forever with Michael Phelps and the gold medal winning relay team.
He was actually the one that told me. He was right there, part of that meeting. Anthony Urban told me that, like, hey man, congratulations, let's do it. But he actually won a gold medal in the 50 free a few days later.
Okay.
Oh, so he got a chance to get a medal.
I'm thinking, like he didn't walk but prelims relay also get gold medals. So even if I didn't swim and the United States still won, I would still get a gold medal.
Okay. So my question is, like, I know, like, for basketball players, like, when we cramp up, there's all these different things that we like, pickle juice and all this others, bananas and potassium. What is it for a swimmer? What do you guys use for that?
It's different because we're such a short effort comparatively. You guys play basketball for like nearly an hour with I don't know, I mean, not an hour, but like 2 hours of running up and down the court, TV timeout breaks and whatever. Whereas swimming, it's maybe 2 minutes and that's it. That's like most events. So for a swimmer to actually like truly cramp up in the race is quite the chance is small, but cramping up in practice is different. But we do like Pedialyte, Hydrolyte, drip drop, just kind of a combination of fluids to make sure you're not overwatered but not dehydrated.
So did like the guy Anthony, did he what was the procedure for him? Like, did they try to give him like IVs and stuff like that to get himself, back to being hydrated?
No. Well, he wasn't, I don't think he was cramping up necessarily because he was dehydrated. I think he was just cramping up because of age. He wasn't clearing.
Damn. Mark,
he wasn't clearing.
I know how Mark feels now. Damn, Mark be cramping up all the time.
I always get plenty of liquid, Stacey. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was a nutritional standpoint. I think it was more of an age thing.
So did you remind Michael that you beat his time?
He's a full-blown sprinter. So for him to even do the 100, like, was almost reaching his top end distance swimming wise.
Hey, Ryan, did you remind Michael that you beat his time for the gold?
No. Well, I think he outsplit me.
No, your time was better for the relay. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Timmy whispers, he doesn't bring a lot to the table, Ryan, but he does
do his research.
He does research. He finds these little nuggets that no one else can find on the internet, and that's his claim to fame.
I would have patted him on the back, said, "Love all those medals," but
I would never talk smack to Michael because I know he could literally whip me in every other event, and that was like his 19th gold medal. Wow. And that was my first, so I've got no room to talk.
Well, did you ever smoke any weed with him?
Jesus, man. This is a children's show, man.
Well, I heard that could help with the cramping, is what I heard.
Oh, my God.
The medical marijuana.
Somebody cut his mic off, please.
Where's the whispers drop?
Yeah. So my another one of my questions is that, just watching, you guys and watching Michael Phelps, because like, playing with Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen, coming up as a young kid and seeing how, the attention they garner when you come into arena, a preseason game in New Orleans, in the big football play. What is it? The Superdome? We had like 60,000 people my rookie year to watch the Bulls play in a preseason game, which was like unheard of. And, I've seen how crowds act in Buffalo. We're in Buffalo, New York. And my first introduction to how big Michael was that we come in, me and B.J. Armstrong come in after the game. And he's like, "Hey, you guys might not want to take a shower. You might want to get on the bus now." And we're like looking at him like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you might want to come out with me because I'm leaving right now." So then all of a sudden you see the riot police come in with the big shields, the big shields, and you hear the walkie-talkie. They're saying, "You got to get them out now. You got to get them out now. They're breaking the barricades." And so we're like, I'm like 21 years old. I'm like, breaking the barricades? Like, what are they talking about? Yeah. All of a sudden these droves of people just ramsack, just come through the hallway. We're coming out, we're half dressed. We're coming out. They got the riot shields. They're beating people with the shields. It was unbelievable. So what was the experience like being around Michael Phelps? Because he garners that kind of attention as well.
Yeah, it was. The first time I really realized it was we arrived in the Rio airport at like 1 or 2 a.m. and like. And obviously it was the Olympics, but so there was kind of a buzz, kind of some energy, a lot of people roaming around. But then when we were actually had to leave past the gate check and actually go into the main lobby. So we had the whole team go out and we kind of had a police escort go onto the bus. And then it was okay, I think we're ready. and then like turned around, looked, and then Michael came out, and he had like 6 guys like follow him in a circle, had his headphones on, like hood up, looking down, and people were just like going nuts. Camera flashes, everyone screaming. You could just hear the audible volume inside the bus from the lobby across the street in the airport. Really cool. That was so. Then you just had so much attention that way, and then we were in the dining hall, and somehow it was just like him, another person, and I are having lunch or something or breakfast, and people kept coming up to Michael and like asking him stuff and doing all this, like asking for autographs, pictures, and things, and all this stuff. Like he couldn't just have like a moment of alone. And then when we walked back to the tower, the village, he actually like he was like, Ryan, you need to walk in front of me. He's like, oh, okay. So he like file line walked. He had his head like hood up, headphones on, like head down, and he was like almost like matching me step for step of where I was going. And he was kind of like, hey, pick it up, let's book it, let's go, because he just did not want people to stop him, bother him, ask him for these questions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then what was cool though is that because Michael was on the relay, and Michael, Caleb, and Nathan all were still swimming, but so I was the only one done swimming. So I got to speak on behalf of the relay. So all these like big companies, Ryan Seacrest, like the NBC show with like Matt Lauer, Hoda, and
The Today Show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Today Show. Not Good Morning America. Yeah, the Today Show, and all these like big name broadcasts requested Michael, but they got me because I got to speak on behalf. So I got to go to all these cool places, meet up, and I got to meet like the Twitter. I got to go to the Twitter headquarter house in Rio. Got to go to the Beats house, the Nike house, like all these cool places. Because I'm pretty sure they're expecting Michael, and they just got me. So
you want a gold medal, so hey, they can kiss your butt, man. You got a gold medal.
Hey, speaking of celebrities, being a big basketball fan, you probably know that Tim Duncan started out as a swimmer down in the Virgin Islands. What would it be like to line up on the blocks next to a 7-foot athlete like that, ready to explode in a sprint?
I mean, there are some tall dudes out there. And I don't know. It's just there's some advantages and disadvantages. They're so big they can't get their turnover as high. Typically not good at underwater flip turns, but where I don't know. So it kind of all levels out. But I'm not really intimidated so much by height.
Yeah, they look good walking to the blocks. It's like a airport, 7-footers walking through. That must be a basketball team,
So, I've been watching swimming for a long time. Seeing Mark Spitz, who was arguably the greatest American swimmer. And then I became a fan of Ian Thorpe. We had talked about this on the phone because I thought when you watched him swim, I thought he had an unfair advantage. Like he was really like Aquaman. He had like these huge hands, huge feet. And I thought it kind of assisted him a little bit in the water, gave him a little bit of an advantage when he was swimming. Talk a little bit about that, and have you ever swam against him?
I have not swum against Ian Thorpe. In the swimming world, we call him the Torpedo. But yeah, he was a little bit before my time. Actually, quite a bit before my time. So I never actually swam against him. But yeah, he is a swimming legend because he was just groundbreaking. He was setting records that like people have yet to even touch like since then. And now he did it with like the super suit era, but training, nutrition, all this stuff has gotten better even in those 20-ish, 15 to 20 years since he swam. But yeah, he's got anyone can swim, but if you have the right body characteristics, it definitely helps. So Michael has got kind of short torso, but like really long arms. So he's really powerful, really strong, really like connected, and his legs are kind of short. So he's got really powerful kicks. And Ian just had, huge hands, huge feet. And so it kind of made him just like, there's athletes, then there's freak athletes, and then there's like freaks among freaks. And Michael Torpedo are one of those people that just, they have the right belt or body build and kind of just swimming foundation, I guess like aerobic capacity that they can just crush it. I unfortunately never got to swim against Torpedo. I've swam against some of the greats in the world previously and now, and it's always a pleasure to race those guys because iron sharpens iron. So
yeah.
Hey Ryan, we got a question from our Twitch chat from Dressel176. He asks, what was your reaction watching 17-year-old David Popovici, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, break the men's 100 freestyle world record? And he asked, do you think he can go 45 seconds in the future?
I think, it's so, I'm kind of conflicted because I feel like, so David Popovici is like one of the new up and coming swimming stars. He just set the world record in the 100 free, as this guy said. But he's so in sprinting, there's kind of like two different body types. There's like the big, beefy Nathan Adrian, Flo Manadou, Ben Proud kind of guys. And then there's like the petite technique driven who just kind of glide on the water. And that's like Anthony Irvin, Tom Yeager, maybe even Biondi and Popovich, old sprinters. But David Popovici he's just so small. He's like a golf stick with arms and legs, but he has such good feel for the water that every catch, he's not wasting like an ounce of energy or an ounce of just kind of whitewash. He's catching so well that he just hydroplanes on the water. And it's honestly really pretty to watch him swim. And I think he could go. See, the thing is, like, I think he could go 45 if he got a little bit more strength, but I'm not sure if he could get more strength and keep that same kind of glidiness, kind of that flow in the water. So I'm not sure if the marginal benefits. I don't know. I don't know where the optimal like range of body weight to feel in the water is for him. But maybe, people thought 17 in the 50 was impossible, but yet here we are.
Yeah.
So now that Michael Phelps is retired, and who's the next great American swimmer that we should be looking out for?
Well, first one that comes to mind is Caleb Dressel. He's the stud of sprint freestyle, butterfly. He could probably even do the IM too. Oh, I know he can do the IM. He's really good at the IM. But yeah, he won, I think, 7 gold medals at the 2020, or the 2020. No, wait. At the 2019 Worlds, he won 7 golds. And then I think in the 2020 games, he won maybe 5. I don't remember right now. Maybe someone could fact check me there. Caleb Dressel is amazing. One of the best distance guys we have coming up. His name's Robert Fink, Bobby Fink. He is unbelievable. He ends his 800 and mile in a faster 50 split than I can bring home my 200 in.
Oh, wow.
So, and like he just toys with people. He lets first, second, and third like think they're gonna win the race because he's somewhere back and forth. And those guys will close in like 28, 29. And Bobby Fink will close in like a 26 and just run him down. And he's always like lane 1 or 8 on the outside, can't see him. And then he'll touch first. And the guys who think they're like 1, 2, 3 touch, and they're like second and third. And they're like just furious. And it's just so classic Bobby Fink. Yeah, he's really good. There's another guy named Carson Foster who is a 2IMer. He a 2IMer, he's the real deal too. I think so. Honestly, the United States never has to worry about, you know, a lack of someone in an event. Like they never rebuild. It's always just reloaded because, one guy comes down, steps, retires. 3 kids who are just young and hungry want to take his spot.
So where's home for you now? Are you going to be able to get up to a Bulls game? Stacey's got really good seats.
I sure do.
Yeah,
I sure
he's
do,
got
Ryan.
great seats. I am currently in Phoenix, Arizona. So haven't been. Well, I went to a Bulls game last year. We watched them play the Hawks. It was a great game. And then I was gonna watch them play the Suns at the Suns, but it was like a week before my big trials meet, and it just didn't seem at the right time to, potentially get COVID, get sick,
Sure.
something, food poisoning. It just didn't seem like the right time to watch it.
Well, you don't have to worry about it, Ryan. Whenever you want to, you're in Chicago and you just have my number, hit me up. You can get to a Bulls game, my guest, and I got good seats. Unlike Timmy Whispers, his seats are in the nosebleed section.
If I'm lucky to get those. Hey, Ryan, we saw Lexi back in there. Do you guys ever compete against each other, and does she appreciate your emotional responses?
Lexi, we don't compete in swimming anymore. We compete in like pickleball.
There you go.
Like little
pickleball.
Things. Yeah, like pickleball. Board game. Like we were playing Catan, Settlers of Catan, and it like we were getting and bags.
Bags. That's my thing.
Washers, like little lawn games like that. That's where we get really competitive because we just can't stand to lose to each other.
Timmy, you prefer the term cornhole, don't you?
Of course.
He likes cornhole because he's a packer. He's a hot sauce packer. Whenever you're packing hot sauce, you like to hear the word cornhole.
Well, you're from Wisconsin, Mark. You know the term.
Come on now.
That's where the Johnsonville Cornhole Championships are held every year.
One of our great sponsors, potentially.
Yeah, we just lost
another
one.
Hey, Ryan, we want to thank you for jumping on with us. We always like to see the Bulls gear. We're getting ready for a new season. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of good times for the Bulls, and best of luck in your future in competitive swimming, and we appreciate you jumping on.
I got one more question.
Give me the hot sauce.
One more question
All right.
before we go, okay? Tim, we swim, me and Tim. And Tim's kind of like Rocky Balboa in the water. He's like, he has no rhythm. He's just like this. I just want to know how can we help him make it easier for him to swim laps in the pool? Like, we need to get you on like some kind of Zoom call in the water so you can teach him how to swim because he looks just like Rocky. You can't win, Rocky. He's like, he's all stiff,
forgetting to breathe.
Can we get some help with this boy right here, please?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, definitely. Exchange for some Bulls tickets or something?
Yes. We got you, Ryan. And we're going to send you some of my signature hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. I've been looking forward to that.
That's right.
Yeah.
My producer, Maddie, over there, she's, sometimes we got to put the alarm clock on her, but she's working. And
Timmy will pack it with love.
Yeah, Timmy will pack your hot sauce with love.
I'm scarred from swimming, though, Ryan. I had to swim across Lake Geneva freezing 2.5 miles when I was 13 years old.
He was escaping the police?
I was in military school. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, no, he was running from his dad.
That's true.
Chuck.
Oh, geez. I mean, honestly, probably the biggest thing is just to get more comfortable in the water, have your face in the water, and then don't pick your head up to breathe.
Isn't that called drowning?
Push your head to the side. That's probably my best thing, because then if you pick your head up, your hips drop. You have to fight to get back to that surface. Just keeping everything on one rotation, like rotational axis would be my. Without seeing your stroke, that's probably what I would just.
You really don't want to. You see Charles Barkley's swing. Imagine his swim stroke. It's like Charles Barkley's golf swing. That's his swim stroke. And he swims in Speedo.
Man.
He's the only one in the pool with Speedo. Everybody else got like nice shorts on. He's walking around with tight Speedos like he's really a swimmer.
Hey, it's still an American flag, which is
you
nice.
know what? I don't want to see that, man. That's just a sight you really don't want to see.
Don't desecrate the flag,
you know
Whispers.
What? You don't want to see that, man. Hey, I'm telling you, Ryan, you don't want to see that. I don't mind seeing the Olympic swimmers because you guys, that's what you do. That's your uniform. But a guy like him walking around in like a little tight Speedo is just not cute. It's not
And
cute
at
at
least
all.
it's not like nude color. We've had,
It is.
Oh,
It is
no.
nude. You must have saw it. It was nude color.
Too much information on Give Me the
Yeah.
Hot Sauce.
Oh,
Ryan,
geez.
thanks for being such a good sport. We'll get that hot sauce out to you, and best of luck in the future.
All right, thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
guys so
Ryan.
much for having me. This
Man,
was so
thanks
much
for
fun.
coming on, bud.
Thank you.
Ryan Held, our guest on Give Me the Hot Sauce. We got more to do after a quick little timeout. Once again, I want to thank Olympic swimmer Ryan Held for joining us on Gimme the Hot Sauce. He's a fan of most Chicago teams, so he's probably cheering for the White Sox to make a late season run. We got 2.5 weeks left in baseball's regular season. We are coming at you on a Thursday, and earlier in the day, the Chicago White Sox won a game they had to have. They beat the Cleveland Guardians 8-2, smashing 5 home runs. Lance Lynn, your winning pitcher, and Stacey, a lot of people were almost ready to give up when they lost to the Rockies yesterday, but this puts them back in it because they've got 3 games against the Guardians in Chicago next week.
Big win today, Mark.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sporting my Sox hat today, because I'm excited. I'm excited for them. If they'd have lost, I wouldn't have worn it, but they won. Okay.
Bandwagoner.
You know what? I'm not a bandwagon jumper. Listen, I want to see the Sox because the last 2 years, the Sox going into the season was predicted to go to the World Series. Okay. Injuries sidetracked them, whatever. Okay. Tony La Russa, this situation. Wow, you know what, man.
That's cold. The man's got a pacemaker inserted in his
Be
heart.
nice to senior citizens.
Take
man.
some more naps.
You're going to be old one day, man. Okay. You remember that.
And I'll take
Remember
naps.
that.
I won't be coaching a team to the World Series.
Wow.
Just like Whisper.
Oh, my God. He'll be taking blue pills, though. Oh, who said that? Who said that?
If I need to.
He's doing it now, America. What? Who said that? Oh, my goodness. That was my alter ego. Tracy said that. So occasionally it pops up.
Whatever it takes. 210, 220.
But the team has been playing better since Miguel Cairo took over. I don't know the exact record right in front of me, but
was
something
10-4.
like
Well,
something
maybe
like 11-5 now.
11, yeah.
After they lost to the Rockies. And they're 4 games back in the loss column. They still have a shot with all the ups and downs of this season. And Tony La Russa was in Oakland. He joined the team for Dave Stewart's ceremony to honor him at Oakland. And then he kind of jokingly said, well, I show up and we lose, So and then he comes to the last 2 games at Guaranteed Rate Field. They went 1-1 against the Rockies. At this point, as I said, 2.5 weeks left in the season. I think they should just let Miguel Cairo finish it out and then reevaluate.
That's a very, very delicate situation.
Sure, yeah.
Because of his relationship with Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yep.
So you got to be careful there. But I think that in order for them to make the playoffs with the way they're playing with Miguel Cairo, is let him still be the manager, and move Tony upstairs to be a advisory role or something.
Sure, yeah, that would be easier for him health wise.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting up there in age, and I think his health's got to be the most important thing for him. So, with the way the team is playing, they're responding. I mean, listen, I'm not saying nothing that these players are not saying. These guys, when they're being interviewed, they're saying, hey, we're responding better, da-da-da. They don't really throw Tony under the bus. They're not throwing Tony under the bus, but it's just you can see that there's a different attitude. There's a different energy. And so...
let him manage the cheese tray and the boost drinks up in the
wow, this guy...
Reinsdorf suite.
Okay, America, I just want to say...
You can tell it's late in the show. Cheap shots are coming left and right.
Real cheap shots. Andrew Galata, hitting it below the belt. Come on, man. Pull the punches up, Mike Tyson. Stop biting earlobes, okay? America, we support seniors.
Hey, anybody watch that Mike Tyson show? Was it on Prime?
Oh, yeah. The one that he's smoking weed?
The trailer looks so bad, I never watched it.
Listen,
Anybody seen that? Either you guys?
Listen, you tell Mike Tyson that. Oh, you talking about the movie?
No, it's a series. Yeah, where they got this actor playing Mike Tyson.
The guy's like 70 years old. The tattoo's on the wrong place. He's supposed to be, his tattoo's upside down. It's like the dude don't even sound like Mike Tyson.
Jeez,
What did you say, Nick?
They didn't get Mike's approval either. He's going around.
Well, I'm telling you what. Hey, listen.
Don't want to make him mad.
I don't appreciate your comments.
I'm just telling you,
Don't
man.
appreciate your comments, Mark. It's ludicrous.
I'm telling you right now. That was the worst. That was the worst Mike Tyson show thing. I saw it. I was like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
man. Come on, man.
I couldn't even watch it.
No.
They had the one tooth blacked out, and
Yeah.
he had a piece of bubble gum over there.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Come on,
Give me
man.
a break.
That's like one of those art projects in high school. You just like you film it, you are sent it to school, you get a grade for it, but they got an F.
And they show him standing in his underwear with a tiger on a leash.
Oh,
yeah, that happened.
Come on, okay. I don't know though. It might happen though. Mike
That was the-
Tyson.
that was the hangover.
Mike Tyson,
that was a little different. Yeah.
Mike Tyson was a little freak back in the day. Don't sleep. Yeah, don't sleep.
Yeah, put on that.
Hey, we know
Phil
that
Collins.
that Mike Tyson always travels in style. Stacey, tell the folks how they can get a limo ride for their
wait a
next
minute.
big
Wait a
event
minute.
coming
Hold
up.
on.
Our
Hey,
friends
shout
at
out-
Windy
hey,
City
listen,
Limousine.
listen,
And our
shout-
guy's always listening. Every time I walk
Yes.
out, he goes, hey, that was a great show.
Special shout
Yeah.
out to my personal driver, Mike Amaroth. Okay,
Yeah.
America, you hear me say his name a lot. He works for Windy City. And, make sure you request him when you want a ride from Windy City. You book a ride. Get
Can you
Mike.
do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
I tried.
You shut up, man. God dang it. I'm talking about Mike. This is Mike's time, not yours, Whispers.
I'm talking about Shaft.
Yeah. Oh, no.
What you talking about?
Oh, my God.
Well, he can dig it.
America, Mike, I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you some shine right now, and these two clowns are interfering. So, America, if you go call Windy City, okay, ask for Mike Amaroth. He's the best driver. He's got a black belt in Taekwondo. He's a third degree Hapkido. He carries a strap in his in his ankle. So if you need like a gun
You're not
protection,
supposed to say that.
yes, I'm saying whatever I want to say. This is my show, okay? What should I say? Gun.
No,
Okay, then shut up.
just say he's packing.
Okay, I'm
Just say he's packing. You know what I mean?
Throat
Wow,
punch.
see, they-
Throat punch.
See,
Just
anything,
like
anything with packing, he like, okay, here, America, I just gave out Mike. Mike, I'm sorry that I tried to give you some shine and these two clowns like blew it for you. I'm sorry, that was your big day. I know you listen to the show religiously. He's outside right now. He's ready for me to come out. He's listening to the show. And
Hey, what's the phone numbers for folks to get hold of the Windy
you want
City
Mike's
Limousine?
numbers? Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
no. Just
Mike, I was gonna give you a little hotline, boy. I
could use it.
Windy City provides championship service. Making a reservation is so easy; it's a slam dunk. Let Windy City break the full court pressure of traffic and get you to your destination in style and on time. Contact us at 847-96-9300. Again, that is 847-916-9300. Or you can go online, which that's probably the easiest thing to do because sometimes it's hard to answer the phone. WindyCityLimos.com and tell them Timmy Whisper sent you, and you might get a discount. I doubt it. But if you
Might get a throat punch.
you
Won't
might
even get a call back.
You might, they don't even answer the phone. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to tell you about this though.
yeah.
So last week, Timmy Whisper's going to take his daughter out for her birthday.
oh, nice.
Yeah, he's like, so he comes to me. He says, "Hey, you think your guy will drive me?"
Yeah.
And so I said, you know what? I don't know. He said, why don't you ask him? I said, I don't know, Tim. This is I don't know. I can't make any promises.
Right.
Can't make any promises.
Never heard anything. It was
Yeah.
Crickets.
So
Silence.
I go talk to my man Mike.
Yeah.
I said, Mike, Whispers, because he's a big fan of Whispers. He's like, man, well, Whispers is really he's really coming to his own after 2 years. He's finally talking. So he goes, I said, well, speaking of Whispers, I said, he wanted me to check with you, find out if if you work off the clock or whatever, he'd like to rent you out. Mike's like, hell to the no. No, absolutely not. That's what he said, Tim. And I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, man,
I didn't want to hurt.
that's cold.
So when Tim said he heard crickets, he went line because I didn't know how to break that to him. He called me, but I didn't answer the phone like 3 or 4 times.
I like him, but the guy
put him-
creeps me out.
Yeah, hey, I just I had
Don't
to
want
put
him
him
in
on
my car.
Put him in the voicemail.
What did you say Mike's last name is?
Amaroth.
You know
Mike
that,
Armin.
that Gus Fring's right-hand man was Mike Armentrout
Really?
That's
from
right.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
So is that the same guy?
I don't know, man, but I
It's
tell
a
you
throat
what.
punch.
I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, I'm gonna tell
He'll
you.
dig a hole for you in the
I will-
desert and leave you there.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I will say this about
the
Mike.
first holy dog.
I will say this about Mike. Okay, Mike has been to more concerts than everybody in this room combined.
Yeah.
This dude goes to concerts. Yeah, how many concerts you been to, Nick?
I can't even count. I lost count.
Give me a number.
Kid's 20 years old. He ain't been to that many.
Well, give me a number, Nick.
Maybe like 60?
60?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's been like 500, dude.
Okay, well.
He's gonna go see the Boss, Bruce Springsteen, in like Ireland. He's going
Yeah.
he's going to France, Parlez-vous français, oui oui. He's going there. we might run into each other in France, because we know we're going to France too. America, I'm going to France
Bulls.
too.
Yeah, the
the
international
Bulls are
game.
going the second week of January. I got my little raspberry beret. And
Are we going, Mark?
You're not going. So here, and Tim's got his Purple Rain shirt. Purple rain, purple rain. So I got the little raspberry beret, and I'm gonna be out there speaking French. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui, je t'aime très beaucoup. Oh, don't sleep,
I'm a
America.
professional
I'm a
analyst.
professional. There's D. Way to hit that right, boy. You like my man. What's my man DJ Khaled? That's you over there. Another one.
Hey, speaking of big events, there's a big UFC fight card coming up this weekend. Tell the folks what they should be watching for. Besides your kids coming over to watch it on your dime.
This week there's two things. The last week was
Wait,
the
how about
UFC
Diaz
fight.
last
Diaz, America, our UFC fans. I know you've been waiting for this, okay? Because we talk UFC here, okay?
Yeah.
Diaz Ferguson. This could have been a disaster card because Hasman didn't make weight, so that could have messed up this whole card. I give Dana White and UFC credit. This probably was one of the best cards they've had in a long time. There were some very competitive fights. When you look at, Diaz was supposed to fight Hasman. Hasman was about 8 pounds overweight, so they moved him up to middleweight where he fought Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's like a really, really good UFC fighter. It's moving up, and then he ragdolled this dude. They had got into what made this fight so compelling. Diaz and those guys, they got into a fight backstage with this guy, the guy with the beard, Hasman. And so it carried over to the ring. Holland got into a fight with him pre-fight, got into the ring. Holland went to go give him a hand slap, let's go. And Hasman just ragdolled him. It was a beatdown. Look at the numbers. Fight was over after 2 minutes and 13. And he didn't even throw a punch. Chimaev didn't even throw a punch. It was just straight wrap like an anaconda on an antelope. Just squeezed him down, made him tap out. The second fight, the championship, no, not the championship fight, but the main event was Nate Diaz, who I'm a big fan of the Diaz brother. I'm part of the Diaz army, brother. I'm part of the Nick Diaz army, baby. That's me and Tim. But we kicked Tim out. He's not really part of it. He's not. He's a fake fan, okay? But you see my man Nate right there. He's got a dad's body. But he is, I'm telling you.
Is he a Mexican fighter?
He's
You can't say
Is
that.
that
Mark.
racist?
You can't say that.
Wow. Just lost another sponsor. Taco Bell has just pulled out, America. Taco Bell has left us. Oh, wow.
Taco Bell's not Mexican.
Well, they serve Mexican food. Oh, that's racist too. You pulled me into this. I didn't want to go there, America. I didn't want to go there. This is Mark Sadowski.
Close up, Stacey King. That's the man.
No.
Okay. Director Robert Sarver comments to Stacey King, 21.
America. See how they drag me into this stuff. As I was saying, in the UFC fight, I was really interrupted by the man who tried to make me say something racist. Okay. Nate Diaz, this could have been his last fight in the UFC. And he went out with a bang.
Now we got the trilogy coming.
Well, we don't know that yet because
that's coming.
We don't know yet. But the cool thing about it was he went out on his terms. Like he fought a good guy. Tony Ferguson is one of the toughest guys in the UFC. He's lost 5 in a row.
He's brain damage from Jason Gaethje.
Oh my God! Just stop.
He is.
Just stop. Okay, if you interrupt me one more time, I'm throat punching you. So American Fighters really interrupted. Tony Ferguson's lost 5 in a row, but he's lost against 5 tough fighters, like the upper echelon of the UFC. He's not losing the cream puffs. You lose to Justin Gaethje, you lose to Charles from the Bronx. Michael Chandler kicked him in the face the last time they fought. But this dude is one of the best UFC fighters in history, and he's one of the toughest guys. You can always count on a tough fight. So when him and Nate Diaz got together, that was a fight made in heaven because you have 2 of the same kind of guys that are tough guys. They're not going to back down. They're not going to be doing all this dancing in the ring. They're going to fight. They're going to use their skill level, jiu-jitsu, all the stuff that they're really good at, mixed martial arts. And it was an entertaining fight. And Nate Diaz just wrapped him up, got him and choked him out. It was an awesome fight. And that might be the last time we see Diaz in the octagon. But he said that he wants to fight Conor McGregor in a trilogy, which will be big for UFC. But he's also starting his own network. That's what he's doing. He's going to start his own promotion company. See, a lot of guys are saying, hey, look, because the UFC doesn't pay these guys. Well, let's just be real. Call a spade a spade. These guys make so much money for the UFC. So much money. And these guys are, the guys who run it are getting rich. These fighters, unless you're an upper echelon fighter, you're not making any money. Once you pay your ring guys, once you pay your corner guys, you don't have a lot of money. And it's not, they don't have health insurance. I mean,
And they're fighting all the time.
And they're fighting all the time because they have to. They have to. This is their job. Some of these guys, when you look at Nate Diaz talk, you know, you hear some of these guys talk who've taken a lot of blows to the head. You know, these guys don't have insurance. They don't have life insurance. You know, they don't have it.
Awful.
And that's in every sport you have insurance. You're covered. And the UFC really needs to take care of these guys, because now what you're starting to see is these guys are starting to understand, after being in the UFC for so long, they're saying, wait a minute, okay, I can do my own promotion company. You know, you got, you know, Khabib has started his own Eagle brand foundation, and they're doing really, really well. So you're starting to see these guys start to say, hey, look, we don't really need the UFC, because I tell you what, if I was a UFC fighter and I was an upper echelon fighter like Conor McGregor or something like that, I would, John Jones, all these upper echelon guys that make millions, I would say we're boycotting.
You talking about the Eagle Fang team, like on Cobra Kai?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Johnny Lawrence? It just started season 5.
I'm going to tell you, somebody just told me season 5's there.
Just started.
America, you know me about my TV series, okay? Yeah, I told y'all, Cobra Kai I named my dog Kobe Kai because I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai.
I watched the first 2 episodes. Off to a good start.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So
Got me drinking Coors Banquet again.
That's right. Johnny loves the Coors Banquet,
Oh, my God. This guy here. Just like whispers. But it's a great show, America. But my last thing about fighting, because we're still on the fighting mode, big fight this weekend, Triple G versus Canelo. Listen, Canelo's won 2 fights. 2 of the first 3, and he was robbed. Triple G was robbed the first time. Triple G beat Canelo the first time. He beat him the first time handily, and they gave Canelo the win. The second fight, Canelo knew that he lost the first one, so he automatically got the rematch, and he beat Canelo. So it's really 1-1. So this really is the tiebreaker right here. So whoever wins this, and you got to remember, Canelo is coming off really his first loss in 15 years since he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, so he went up in weight to fight. There's the tail of the tape. And the thing going against Triple G right now is age. You know, he's 40 years old. You know,
He's done.
Dang, man. Jesus. Come on, man. Oh my God. The guy is 40 years old. Let me just say this. Let me say he says he's done. Okay, I'm gonna get Triple G to come in here live and beat him up.
I'm putting my coin on Canelo.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him to beat your ass. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm washed up too. So
how about what's
True Confessions from Tim Kelley?
What's the guy that beat you up in UFC? Andre Arlovsky, is that his name?
Andre Arlovsky.
Yeah. Why don't you get him on the show? Let's talk about that beating you took.
He's gonna come by and drink all of Tim's beer and then beat the hell out of him.
And take his shirt off. Take that shirt off. You don't want it. It's my shirt.
Keep calling me. Says F you. So.
I'm telling you got to get him on the show, because I definitely, that's something I'd like to talk about. That would be an interview I'd love to have, just to talk about how he beat Tim's ass and knocked him out cold. I just want to know.
That's that Scott right here.
Yeah,
coming soon to a podcast near you.
Andre
The night I beat up Tim Kelley.
There he is right there. There he is right there. And you got the little vampire teeth in. I tell you what, America,
the Russian
if
bear,
anybody knows the pit bull, tell him we've been talking about him. Tell him Tim Kelley said he's been talking about him bad.
Did I ever tell you about that picnic?
What?
I brought a new football with my son to one of these UFC picnics.
No, you didn't tell us.
We're chucking the ball, and he's got this big Rottweiler. So he grabs the ball, pops it. I mean, the thing was 5 minutes old, like a $60 NFL football. And Austin's like, my son, aren't you going to go say something to him? I'm like, no, I'm good.
You're paying for that football, you Russian bear.
Yeah, like, no, I'm good.
So you were scared?
Yeah. He already punched me a few times before that, so that was good.
You know what, Tim? I've known you for 30 years of abuse, and I've never known
he
you to be.
He abused me. You abused me.
I've never known you to be afraid of a man.
I thought that was Pavel's older brother originally. When I saw
listen, Pavel. I haven't seen. Listen, America. You remember our little Russian DJ Pavel?
Yeah.
You know he saved.
He's
the
still
show.
here.
Right? Hey, he saved the show. Hey, he saved the show. For
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, see, I'm trying to see now. See, Pavel, you see the love I got for you, Pavel?
He ain't listening to this show.
He listens to the show, and when he's out there by your car, when you walking out there tonight, and he's sitting there like
that
this,
straight razor on your Achilles.
What did you say, Shanowski? Yeah. Mark's got a lot of people after him, America.
I got Andre Drummond at the front door.
I talked to Andre Drummond. I just want hey, America, because you know we got Andre Drummond on the squad now.
Yeah.
And I talked to Andre Drummond, and he said, "Hey, what's that white dude's name that was talking trash
Not the Red Lobster guy.
No, not the Red Lobster guy. The guy with this nice salad. Where is he at? I want to talk to him. So you're gonna come on the show, America. We can get
Darn
Andre
tootin'
Drummond.
Vladimir Putin.
Wow, that's just real.
Hey,
Just like whispers.
Is that racist? Hey, Tim, tell the folks about our great friends at Angel Water.
oh man.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let
Whispers.
me
If
shuffle through the
Stacey
paperwork
stays
here.
awake through this,
I'm trying to stay awake.
This is too long of a read. We gotta
Well,
well, you're the one who wrote it.
You wrote it?
I did not write this. Mine was worse.
Who wrote it?
I don't know. This is
You
not
did,
much
Nick?
better than what I
Nick
did.
wrote it.
No, we're not going to point any fingers.
No, we're not
But
gonna
the
point
person
it.
who wrote it had her birthday
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, we forgot. About
No, that's not true.
No, it's
that's
not,
not
Maddie.
true.
No.
I'm going to
Maddie
shorten
didn't
it
do
though.
Yeah, shorten it. Go ahead.
Shorten it. Go ahead.
As Mike,
Freelance.
As Mike Tyson.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
good.
go ahead.
Good. I like that.
Listen up, Bulls Nathan. We want to make water healthier for you and your home and family. So look no further than our favorite new water here in the Hot Sauce Studios. Angel Water.
I'm indomitable.
I'm indomitable. It's ludicrous how many bad things are in your water. So it keeps us hydrated. Give me the hot sauce. Stay hydrated all year long with water you can trust. Angel Water. Call 847-382-7800 to get your water test for free today. Like
You
Stacey
just
does.
lost that account, Iron Mike.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you know what?
Come
You
on.
know what?
I blew it.
And then Mike Tyson's on line one.
Why don't you at least give the phone number in an
Yeah, give us-
intelligible
yeah.
way so people can call our friends
All
at
right,
Angel Water?
847-382-7800.
It's the favorite drinking
listen,
water
Get
here.
your water
Give me the hot
tested for
sauce.
free.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
Hey,
free.
America. This is some great water, Angel. Like, I mean,
Have we cracked open a bottle ever on this show?
Yeah, well, no. The 2 weeks ago, I was making tea out of it because
Yeah. Let me
Maddie
taste
gave us
some
a
of this stuff.
hot water, and we made tea. Now let's quench our thirst with Angel Water. Oh,
Oh, it's great. It's great.
oh, America! Oh, hey, we just lost another sponsor.
Another urine sample.
Hey, Chief Little Eggs. It wasn't me, because you always try to blame me and Tim.
It's just a spit take. The water is delicious.
Don't listen.
It's
to
great.
him. Hey, Chief Little Legs. It wasn't me, bro. I love your water.
Man, Chanowski lost us another sponsor.
Listen. I mean, America, Angel Water. Seriously, all jokes aside, this is some really great water. I mean, I bathed in it. It's so good.
Keeps you soft and supple.
Oh my goodness,
Keeps me
we got to
soft
get some
and
towels.
supple.
Yeah,
Oh,
we want to thank Ryan Held for joining us, adding some class to the program. Want to thank everybody who's listening, watching on Twitch, on YouTube. Got some big things coming in the future. Basketball season's almost here. We are fired up. Episode 98 of Gimme the Hot Sauce in the books. And Stacey, what do you always tell the folks on the way out?
drive home safely, Chicago. Beep beep.
Hey, did you ever smoke weed with
Yeah,
Oh my God.
all the time.